The last HCMC court update was on the 19th of April 2021. As such, anytime within the next 2 months up to August 2021, we expect to hear from the district judge as it concerns the motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim. That motion, of course, was filed by Philip Morris, and HCMC has responded, which responded, I believe, on the 19th of May. So that was the last time there was an update concerning the lawsuit. Of course, we're all aware that HCMC has its current market capitalization of $431.1 million because of this lawsuit. A huge army of retail investors have piled in on the stock because they know and must have heard that 95 to 97% of all patent cases end up in a settlement. The settlement in this case is estimated to be no less than $700 million. That will totally change the face of this company. That will totally push up the value of the stock tremendously. This is a company that is just has a few millions in its balance sheet at the moment. So 700 million, even up to 1 billion, will be a huge change for HCMC. So it's important that I highlight this lawsuit because it is the reason HCMC is well known today. Many people, like I've just pointed out, are invested in it because of the prospect of what is going to come out from this lawsuit and consequently a settlement. So because of that, the management of HCMC has now been able to go about raising needed funds up to $12 billion by the time the recent rights issuances are concluded. So yes, the company, because it's cashing in on the popularity it now has over 300,000 investors getting involved, buying the stock and all that stuff. The stock is up about 30,000%, I believe. I don't know if it's up to since 1 year now or something like that. So raising funds or proof of having done so is a positive indication for most public companies. Indeed, there are negative implications as well. So some analysts argue that HCMC is grossly overvalued, and indeed, based on its tangible quantities, it is overvalued. But the reality is that the value of a stock is what investors ascribe to it. So you and I have invested in HCMC, and we are saying it is worth $0.014. So be it. You have to deal with it. You have to face it. That's how we have valued it. By the fact that we got involved, we have been getting involved, buying it, and spreading word, ensuring that all the rights issuances, all the funds it needs are met. In the hope, amongst other things, that it was going to succeed in that lawsuit, or at least succeed in getting a settlement, something tangible. That's why we're there, and we don't mind if they are cashing in and taking advantage of our presence and raising the needed funds. It's when I'm saying taking advantage, it sounds a little bit like it's something wrong. It's what companies do. It's their benefit. It's a piece of it's a cube of sugar in their mouth. They have to enjoy it. So they're just fortunate because of our presence, and by all means they have to monetize it. So we are not complaining. So indeed some people are not happy that more and more shares are being issued and more and all that stuff. But the company needs money. It needs money. And the reality is that on a regular basis, they have to continue to face their day-to-day activities, and they need money. And our presence has also enabled them to push the business to higher ground. So they are now popular. They can't sit down and fold their hands and expect grow organically. They have to forge on and keep doing things, keep raising funds. Unfortunately, yes, dilutions have been occurring and all that stuff. So that's how the game is. So for those analysts who are saying it's overvalued, we have decided to make it overvalued. So our involvement has made it become overvalued. So because for various reasons, including this lawsuit and all that stuff. So moving on, we can see that HCMC closed the session of the 4th of June 2021 at $0.014. You can see the stock has been retracing, I believe. It has been retracing, and as at the, let me update this, as at the sometime late in May 2021, it was trading below all of its short and intermediate trend lines. As at 1st of June, it was trading at 0.0112, so it has since extended up to 0.014. It actually extended to up to 0.015. So the opportunity is there, and if you haven't gotten involved in with the rights issuances, by all means do so. It's a good thing. They need to raise up to $5 million from that. But personally, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm really going to go ahead and do that. But the fact that they need the funds, that's why I think I'm strongly considering to do so. Because they will raise the money they need. As against just going to the public space to buy the stock. The reason, if we genuinely believe in this company, then I should buy the stock, and I should exercise the rights. So moving down, we can see there's some piece of news here. It says yes, the rights issuance expires on the 10th of June. Okay, we already know that, and there's this disclosure here again. I believe that is what it is, from 424B3. Let's have a look and see what it is saying. Okay, subscription rights to purchase 70.175 billion shares. Okay, I think this is the same one. Prospective supplement to number 1, which forms part of the registrations of S1. Prospectus which previously expired. Okay, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's the one. So this is an amendment to that, to the extension, amendment to the deadline for exercising our rights to the stock. You can see the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is improving and extending, but MACD histogram is definitely below zero. Momentum is not so strong. It appears to be correcting within the longer term bullish trend. Yes, the longer term bullish trend. Yes. Although its MACD is presently below the signal line, shares remain 59% above the upward sloping 200-day moving average. It's definitely lagging the S&P 500. Momentum is improving as investors begin to purchase shares after that recent retracement that ended on the 1st of June. So the slope of the unbalanced volume indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. So yes, there is the buying pressure hasn't been that much as such, and market participants have not really been buying the stock at very high prices as well. So, but then in any case though, it is currently trading just right in the midst of, slightly above its, I believe it's above, yes, it's slightly even below all of it, still below all of its moving averages. So technically it's definitely a buy, but you may be torn between exercising your right and buying more shares, as the case may be. So you decide what it's going to be for you, buying the shares or exercising your rights, and all that stuff. And the opportunity is there. We are hoping that something's going to come out for sure. So, this video, amongst other things, it's an update. And it's just to remind all of us why we are in HCMC. We're not in HCMC alone because of its retail concern, its retail activities. We are there because there's a prospect of getting a settlement as it concerns this case it has with Philip Morris, and that will definitely change a lot of things for this company. A company that currently has about $12 million and has a market cap of about $431.1 million. If indeed it settles and accrues up to at least $700 million, then it should move the needle as it concerns the stock. It should move it, so we should see the stock moving to the billions, especially as it concerns its market capitalization. So fingers crossed. This is to update us, to remind us why we are in HCMC. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.